Hey there, how's it going? Little preview. Things are going to get active, but not really for the next few days or so. We're going to keep this fairly short and simple and to the point. It's not a very active pattern. We got the system to talk about that's moving through tonight. We're certainly going to do that. And then how about some warmth? How about some quieter weather? And then we'll give you a little bit of a spring forecast preview at that point as well. So maybe this is a little bit better lighting. Don't want to overwhelm you with too many bright lights for sure as we go on in towards your Friday evening of fun. Temperatures into the morning hours are going to stay fairly cold across the Great Lakes, Midwest, Ohio Valley, into the Northeast. So while temperatures were very warm during the course of the day today, they are going to drop off overnight. So there is going to be some icing. There's certainly going to be some snow accumulation. It stays cold through the day tomorrow, pretty much area wide. Sunday morning's cold, but we'll start to see a moderating trend through the day. And then really Monday is a big change. And then Tuesday and Wednesday look pretty warm. And we're talking widespread 50s and 60s, except maybe right along the coastal areas. And then as we go on in towards Wednesday, it'll depend on exactly where the front is. But I think these temperatures could be underdone. I think we're pushing 60s pretty far north to I-80, I-90 in spots. And then we're pushing maybe 70s, not too far away from that. We'll keep an eye on it. But that 6 to 10 day period is toasty. Very high confidence and well above average temperatures across the east, while the juxtaposition is there because it's very cold across the west in that 6 to 10 day period. Here's our system. It is a snowmaker. There's enough cold air in the lower and middle levels of the atmosphere where that is producing pretty much all snow, but it could mix with a little bit of rain here and there. And the biggest thing is air temperatures were in the 40s, so as they fall through the 30s, those road temperatures are going to take a while to get cold enough to start seeing that more frozen precipitation. So even though it looks like it could be a rain-snow mix here, it's going to be mainly snow as it moves through during the evening hours across portions of the Lake Erie area, north of Pittsburgh, into central PA, and then as it goes into upstate New York, it really falls apart as that low quickly moves to the northeast. Wind direction out of the northeast, and then we're going to try to get a few flurries, light snow showers in Saturday night into Sunday, and that'll spread across Lake Ontario into upstate New York. And it'll be cold enough where there could be some minor accumulation, but very light stuff for the most part. Fairly quiet. Next system into early Monday, also far off towards the east there into Ontario and Quebec. So total snowfall accumulation, I mean, we're talking about maybe an inch or two falling in spots of the snow belt of northeast Ohio, and certainly maybe 2 to 3 inches in spots there of the snow belt areas of northeastern, the Erie area and southwestern New York, sorry. But, I mean, you know, it's just not going to accumulate that much on any kind of paved surfaces. Maybe a quarter of what falls will accumulate there. It's very minor. It's a light salting event. And then not much into Hudson Valley until you get into the prime areas closer to Lake Ontario and bordering that Quebec and Ontario border. Pretty quiet. Just go on in towards your Tuesday and in towards Wednesday before we start to see a system develop across portions of the plains into the Tennessee Valley. That'll bring some rain there, but it stays quiet to the north for the most part during that period. We're going to see some batches of pretty warm air really start to build, keeping that cold across the Hudson Bay and pretty much northern Canada. It tries to maybe move into like Montreal, but that's about it. I mean, we're really pushing some warm air. Again, kind of resurging after a front into next weekend. It'll push back north through the Great Lakes and northeast, temperatures well above average there with a Great Lakes cutter system that could bring severe weather across the country. Right now, spring temperature outlook is looking to be on the warmer side of things. I think the best chance for the warmth is going to be across the middle portion of the country, at least well above average temperatures, but we're going to get in on that for a lot of, I think, the country. We'll see exactly when the warmest periods are going to be. It's certainly going to be in March over the next couple weeks. I think there's a 2 to 3 week period in April that might be fairly warm, but we're going to see some cool downs. At this point, and I know it's 2 months out, May does not look to be above average by much. We showed you the precipitation. Yeah, well above average precipitation after a quiet period through the middle of next week will take over, and it's going to be pretty wet across the east with multiple different systems moving itself on through. So That is the scoop. I think precipitation-wise in spring, it's going to be above average. I think there's probably good confidence on that. We showcased that in the long-range forecast. And it should be an above-average severe weather season in spots across the region as well. Thanks. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care.